I've been blessed to walk a few different roads, the stage, the studio, and lately, deeper into my own community. This podcast is my way of listening more, sharing more, and finding common ground with people who inspire me. I'm Bobby Pulido, and this is my Ranch Hall podcast. Guys,
what's going on, Bob?
Man, it's great to have you. Billy Santiago, Gary Rodriguez.
Thank you, Bobby.
I'm going to share something with you guys. I've been a fan of you guys longer than you were a fan of me.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, when I was in high school, I would listen to you guys on B104.
Wow.
We had a lot of fun.
And you know, growing up, you kind of go against the grain, right? It was my dad, you know, Tejano singer, stuff like that, but I didn't really listen to that when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Because your friends and everything, you listen to more pop stuff and like what's happening. And I was a fan of you guys, you know. And
we had a lot of good years at B104, All Hit Music and More. And I think a lot of it, if I can put it like this, it came down to leadership. And leadership that you've demonstrated in your musical career, you've demonstrated in your relations with the community, as you just said in your opening.
Yeah.
And Billy and I were fortunate to work for good people who knew the trends, knew the discipline of radio, and knew the importance of keeping your listener happy. And I think that's what you've done. So hopefully we inspired you a little bit to do some of that.
And now you guys have a podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do.
Living Large Theater.
The Living Large Theater podcast.
You know, I appreciate you sending me every time it comes out.
Yeah.
You guys can find it.
Well, we've had you on the show.
That's right.
And our producer, Noe Ayala, I can't do it, but he has a way of tracking the popularity and the listenership of each of our programs, and you're up there, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
honored.
up there. You're up there. I think the only one beating you right now that has been on our show is Ted Nugent.
Oh,
so,
you know,
the Motor City Mad.
Yeah.
He gets his due.
Hey, you're in good company.
Yeah.
I'm a better hunter than him.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah. He's a killer. I'm a hunter.
Yeah.
But anyway, but nonetheless, it's a great podcast. We're on Spotify.
We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on Google and Amazon. And we enjoy it. You know, Billy and I have long careers in radio and community involvement. And for me, that is why I'm doing it. You know, I'm retired. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. And I want to stay relevant. I want to still be in the mix.
That's great.
Billy and I, when he retired, shortly after I retired, we met up with our producer, Noe Ayala, and we determined that we still had something to offer that was interesting.
Yeah.
And I tell Billy and I tell Noe and I'll tell you, as far as the Ranch Hall podcast goes, you have to be entertaining. And you are entertaining.
Well,
yeah,
I really thank you guys for being here. You guys are my first guests. I've never done podcasts.
What an honor.
Yeah, this is like...
Can we talk about your set? I mean,
yeah, man. We just had it built. It's got
crazy.
some... Man, me and my dad shot a
beautiful,
Coors Light
man.
commercial back in the day. Mi Pequeñito, when I came out on my dad's CD, because it was really written for my brother, but my brother got the chicken pox. So I was the second option.
Yeah.
And I got to come out on album cover.
Older brother, younger brother?
Younger brother.
Younger
Yeah,
brother.
too bad for him. This was me and my dad. We went hunting. We were in Laredo. We would Los Cazadores Pulido is what somebody.
Was it a good day? Was it a good day?
Hunting's always a good day.
I mean,
but
in that particular picture
it was
there.
cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
it was
nice.
cold. And
I see your Houston Texans jersey.
I
guess your Dallas Cowboys jersey on the other side of the
no,
wall.
Listen, I'm a huge Houston Texans fan.
Were you an older fan before the Texans?
Yes. Dan Pastorini. I always love you blue, dude. Even before Warren Moon. I was Earl Campbell.
Yeah, Dan Pastorini.
Yeah, I love
Oliver Luck.
I love those guys, man.
Bucky Richardson.
I was really blessed this year to sing at the halftime show.
I saw
The
that.
playoff game, man.
I saw that,
Playoff
man.
game,
Hey,
dude.
that was big
Yeah.
time.
A hell of a job.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
big time,
Yeah.
man. I saw the reception you had at the stadium, and people were just amazed.
Man, I was so nervous because I was singing in Spanish.
Yeah.
And you know, you walk out there, you see black people, Hindus, you see everything.
Yeah.
Asians.
Yeah.
And you're like, gosh, and a lot of white people too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and a lot of Hispanics.
They're all in the lower seat.
And a lot of Hispanics. No, they're mixed.
I'm kidding.
It ain't like it used to be. But and there's a big thing coming up too. there's a big thing coming up with the Houston Texans, Bobby Pulido.
Nice.
I can't really divulge
Nice.
what's coming, but
Is it a beer?
it's not a beer.
Okay.
No, it's
All
just
right.
something cool with me and an organization. And so I have things here that I like. I'm a Spurs fan,
Yeah.
right? But my favorite basketball player of all time was Hakeem Olajuwon. Best center ever to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And so I have a picture of him signed, and I have a
Oh, it came. I
big
didn't see that.
ass shoe, man, like of his.
That's his.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like a size 22, right?
It's been a long.
Did you get both of them or just one of them?
Yeah, just one.
Just
dude.
one?
I think he probably gave the other one to somebody else. my dad, back in the day, my dad made a gimmick. So he said, Pulido for president, and had that bumper
wow.
sticker
Yeah.
made, and they would have that on people's cars.
That's crazy.
And yeah, dude.
That
so
is crazy.
they had it on stickers and stuff. One time they were traveling, and this guy goes, "Man, you're running for president." My dad's like, "Yeah, kind of this white guy, right?" He's like, "Well, you got my vote."
There you go. There you go. You won't get it
so-
if you don't ask.
Yeah, so there's just things that we have. It's me and my boys. There's Remy, Rodrigo, Darian, and Trey. This is my first time I ever went to Monterrey, Nuevo León. I took my Texas flag.
Of course.
I represented. I went over there and went, well, this is who I am, and so
Yeah.
and then a fan made me that. Bobby Pulido out of paper mache.
Nice.
So this is the set
That's
for
awesome.
the Ranch Hall podcast. Yeah.
You know, I don't think people know how far back we go. I was born in McAllen. I grew up in Dallas. And there was a place in Grand Prairie. I was a little boy.
Yeah.
My dad was a astronautical engineer for LTV, and we had to go through Grand Prairie to get to where my dad worked. And there was a nightclub there called the Hi-Ho Ballroom.
Oh, of course.
And the marquee,
I remember, yeah.
the marquee consistently said Friday and Saturday, Roberto Pulido y los clásicos. So that's where I was first exposed to the Pulido name and the Pulido music.
Mm-hmm.
And then your uncle was gracious enough to hire me as the
Eloy.
public, yes, Eloy
right,
Pulido when
yeah.
he was county judge. Gracious enough to ask me to come help him sort of modify Hidalgo County image politically and public relations wise when he became the county judge.
Yes.
And, I like to think that Billy and I had a very small role to play in helping him get elected because I told him, he was county clerk, I think at the time, when he was running for a
Yes,
county judge.
That's right.
And I told him, Mr. Pulido, he wasn't judge yet. I said, Mr. Pulido, I said, anytime you have a message that you think relates to your position as county clerk that the community needs to know, you have an open microphone right here at B104. And he took advantage of that. And it was never political, but he was talking about, well, we're giving an amnesty on something that, back taxes or something like things that he could control. And so he won the county judge's race. You played a big role because he played at some of his events.
I did.
And I emceed a lot of his events.
Yeah.
I remember at the Tejano Saloon.
Yeah.
He had a big fundraiser / social there, and I emceed it. And, so me and the Pulidos go way back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It's how times have changed, Gary. Back in the day, how long have you been a card-carrying, let's talk about the elephant in the room. How long have you been a card-carrying Republican?
Well, growing up in Dallas, my dad was a big member of the LULAC.
Okay, which was Democrat.
Democrats.
That's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah. And he would drag me and my little brother to their meetings, and I just kind of geared away from that set. It
Was this before Reagan?
Yes. Yeah.
Before Reagan?
Yeah, before Reagan.
So you're
yes.
an OG.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
I would have thought Reagan.
Oh no, way before
Okay,
Reagan.
okay.
Yeah. And I just thought that the principle for me.
Yes,
I only speak for
absolutely,
me.
absolutely,
The principle and the characteristics of the Republican Party is something I gravitated to. I've always been big on personal responsibility.
Yes.
In other words, and it's something that I've always tried to espouse to others. If you run out of your own money, you can't go ask Bobby for some of his money. Your money is your money, and that's that. And
Yeah.
so personal responsibility to me is a big deal. And in fact, growing up in Dallas, our teachers would say, look, if you don't do your homework, you're not going to pass. If you don't pass, you're not going to graduate. You don't graduate, you're not going to eat when you're older.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to come, but that was back then. Now there you go.
They'll pass you.
Yeah, yeah. But here's the difference, man. I have talked with you so many times, not just on the podcast, but we've had lunch together. And
of course.
And politics come up, and I love politics because politics to me is it's engaging, and it's real, and it's like a sport. You got the Houston Texans jersey up there. Here's the deal with politics. You run a race, it's like a football game.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. And you can shake hands afterward. You can agree to disagree.
That's the way it should be.
You don't have to be ugly. You don't have to be, you're a stinking Democrat,
Right, yeah,
And,
which is what goes on now, right?
It's going on now.
You're a
and
pedophile,
I think it's
you're into this.
I think it's unhealthy. And so.
And the other way, right? You're a racist,
Yeah.
and you're this and you're that.
Without any basis for, in
Yeah.
fact, to prove that,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I want to get back, and we'll talk about that. But over the years, because I remember you voted for George W.
Twice,
right?
yeah.
And you know what? I must
Not
admit,
really proud of that, but I
well,
did.
but that yeah, it's funny how that morphed, right? Because like at the time, your view of conservatism was, this is cool.
Yeah.
George W. is a guy, and he was appealing to me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
He was an appealing candidate to me. He was a guy that was Texas. And what I liked about him is he wasn't anti-immigrant or anything like that.
Yeah.
He was, and even Reagan, right? We go back to Reagan.
Reagan had the big amnesty.
Huge amnesty, right?
Yeah.
And was anti-tariff.
Yeah.
And so like over the years, and not just Republicans, everything's changed. Like things, like now Trump is the populist, which is now, the farmers are hurting, he goes and helps them.
Yeah.
Which, it kind of goes against what that initial thing was you got to make it on your own, right? Well, no, things have kind of evolved. The Democratic Party used to be the Dixiecrats.
Yes.
They were the Republican. I mean, they were the racists.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Strom Thurmond was a member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Actually, Strom Thurmond was a Republican. It was actually a Byrd.
Robert Byrd.
Robert Byrd.
I stand corrected.
West Virginia.
Yes.
I don't mean to correct you, my
No,
friend.
please do. But see, here's the deal about it, man. Bobby and I have had conversations about politics, and I always tell him, listen, man, learn me, school me, teach me, show me that I'm wrong. I'm open to that. And a lot of people are just so closed-minded, like, oh, this is what I think, and nobody's going to change my mind, not even Bobby Pulido. And I'm telling you, you've opened my eyes on a couple of things, and for that, I thank you for being open to what I'm saying.
Of course.
You've never shotgunned me.
No.
You've opened my eyes on a couple of things, and let me tell you, man, if you don't know this gentleman's knowledge of politics, humanity, and just motivations, you got to get to know him. You got to get to know that side of him.
Thank you.
He's a Pulido. He's a musician. He's an international superstar. He's doing his own podcast now, and hopefully through this podcast, people know what I know about you.
Absolutely. Well, that's kind of, I'll be honest, I never talked about politics in my shows. And I'm never going to do that. There's a lot of guys that get up on stage, Billy, and they start talking, well, screw this or screw that, or they start talking about stuff. And I've never been that guy. I'm like, you know what? You pay to come see me sing and enjoy my show and my music. And my music's for everybody. I don't care if your political deal is different. I don't care. And I never like to mix it. It's always been, so a lot of people never really understand my understanding of politics or my views or anything like that. And that's fine. I didn't want that.
Yeah.
And so
that was by your choice.
it was my choice. Yeah. Absolutely. And
You could have stuck a toe in the water, but you didn't.
could have. No.
And I think people respect you more for that because you didn't use your forum or your platform to do a certain thing, make people think a certain way. Unlike another musician, I will not mention who.
Ted Nugent.
A Tejano musician. He's on stage.
Yes,
He's on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Give us a clue.
I know exactly who he's talking
and he
about.
takes off his
I know
shirt.
exactly who he's
and he's got a shirt under it. It says F Trump.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And he was not the right venue, not the right time.
You know,
People were out there with kids.
and he's a friend of mine.
Yeah, I know. He's a friend of mine, too.
He's a friend of mine, and they did knock him. They did ask him they got him off the stage.
Yeah.
At a venue.
During his performance, huh?
Yeah, because he went on a rant.
Yeah.
And that's his choice, but it's just not my choice.
But you didn't do that. And
No,
I think
not at
people
all.
respect you for that. And I think it also opens the door, Bobby, for you to let people know now what your positions are.
Here's the thing, man. I think we in the Valley, in RGV, right, South Texas, we are innately conservative. We just are.
Yeah.
Right? Now, what is conservatism? That's a whole different rabbit hole that we can go down to, because it all becomes as an interpretation as to what's a conservative, right?
Mm-hmm.
But generally speaking, I believe that a lot of the old ways were the good ways. Not everything, though, right? And sometimes the Achilles heel of conservatism is you can be too conservative where you don't move forward with the times and you're stuck in your way and it makes you Amish. Well, probably not. That's not cool. And then there's the progressive side of the Democratic side that wants to go right now, snap their fingers and have everybody get in line.
Yeah, they want to go extreme left, though.
Of course, no doubt. And it's get in line, right? And so I don't think I'm not either, and I think you have to have a blend of saying, well, the times are changing. Well, we got to change with the times, but you got to change at the speed of the times, not ahead of the game.
Yeah.
You saw with the electric vehicles, they put out this thing where they went, okay, man, we're going to, all these incentives and all this, the cars makers started making electric vehicles, and then
Are you talking about the Green New Scam?
that was a mistake.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
It wasn't a scam. It was well intentioned, but it was.
You can't force it down.
You can't force it.
No.
Things happen naturally, right?
Exactly.
You have to stay
Do I think
open-minded.
eventually that we're gonna be there? Yeah.
But look what's happening now with Tesla and Elon Musk, what he's doing for America. And, Democrats are okay with his electric cars before Trump won the election. Now that he's
That's
part of the
because
Doge team.
That's because George Soros was getting involved in a lot of stuff, and the Republicans were mad at it. But then Elon did exactly the same thing, and of course, it's.
It depends on what side of the fence you're on.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? If we should probably all agree that big money in politics is not a good thing.
Especially
and
foreign money.
That was fought with Citizens United. That already went before the Supreme Court, and the Republican actually, Mitch McConnell was backing the whole movement to allow
the turtle
to allow the money in politics, and so
Yeah.
I think that was a big mistake, because when big money gets in politics, and they were talking about it's free speech, big money's free speech. Oh, if you can put money, it's my speech. Yeah, but it's corruption at the end of the day.
That's a good point, Bobby. That's a good point.
And what's good for the goose is
What
good
do you
for the
think
gander.
about foreign influence?
I hate foreign influence.
Because right now they're debating or kicking around something to outlaw China. China is
China's
propping
buying up everything.
Yeah, they're propping
Buying
up a lot of
kinds
candidates.
real estate.
Oh, absolutely. But so are the Saudis. I'm a golfer.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm a golfer, and I hate the fact.
Okay,
I hate what
Rory
Live Golf
or
did.
Bryson? Who were you pulling for?
Rory.
Really?
There you go, brother. There
all
you
right.
go.
I'm telling you why.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you why I was pulling for Rory. Because he stayed true to his roots, right?
Right.
Like, who's a conservative, right? Who's a conservative when it comes to golf? Maintaining the traditions of winning majors, and the American way of owning these golf tournaments and it being American, and especially like the PGA and the whole everything that's about it. It just pisses me off that the Saudis come in with all this money, and just go and golf's not the same.
I tried to watch a live tournament once this weekend, and I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into
Well,
it.
like Billy said, those guys have all been paid already. They don't care if they win or lose.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, I don't blame the players.
Well, yeah, you take the money when you
they're
can.
taking the money. They're going, you know what? They're paying me millions. I secure my grandchildren's future, great-grandchildren's future.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't blame you. I just hate the fact of what it did, right?
But to watch that Masters tournament
Oh.
on Sunday, Gary
Oh,
and I
man.
were texting back and forth.
Yeah, we're watching it.
Dude, me and my
And-
wife love to watch.
Oh
golf.
my
It's
God!
like-
It was such an emotional roller coaster.
I was in
man.
Bryson's corner.
I could have guessed that. I don't know why.
I couldn't understand what happened. He just fell apart, man. There's a lot
It's
of pressure.
golf.
A lot of pressure.
I told
man.
Gary it was the course, and he missed some. He missed some putts.
putts.
He
He
could have
missed some
made.
putts.
And then Rory, man,
Yeah.
had a chance to finish it on the 18th. Man, he choked, and I'm going like, oh my God, going back to what happened to him last year.
Rory
But
was my sentimental favorite, and I'll tell you why. Because I actually saw him win his first major
back in 2009.
at Congressional in D.C., right outside of D.C. I took my boys for Father's Day.
Oh wow.
I said, I told my ex-wife, I wanted my Father's Day is I want to spend it with my boys, and so I took them to the golf tournament, and we went and saw the Smithsonian. And
So you're
went and
not a
saw-
Johnny-come-lately golf fan. You're a golf fan. I'm a Johnny-come-lately.
I'm not a Johnny-come-lately.
I'm Johnny.
I was a golfer before Tiger Woods came on the scene.
Well,
So
see,
yeah.
I really started watching golf when Tiger.
Yeah,
came
no,
on the
I
scene
was
back
He
in
elevated the
97.
interest.
He did.
Oh,
worldwide.
absolutely. I seen him play also.
Yeah.
you know.
I tried to play golf when I was in college. I was a hacker and a slicer, very bad.
Yeah,
Funny
no,
story.
I-
So when I worked for Judge Pulido, he said, "Gary, do you golf?" I said, "No, Judge, I don't."
You imitate him really
Yeah.
well.
"No, Gary, you got to get some golf clubs. We're going to be playing golf." Okay, so I went and bought a set of golf clubs, and sure enough, we played in the very first Vamos golf tournament at
Yeah,
Tierra Santa
yeah.
in Weslaco. And I was awful, but I saw people who I thought were good get frustrated and throwing shit and getting like breaking stuff
Yeah.
and just exploding. And I told the judge, I said, "Judge," I said, "if golf does that to them, it'll do that to me." I said, "I can't do this." And you know, the judge said, "I understand."
But you know what? Golf is life.
No, it humbles you.
Oh gosh, man! It's one day you're on top of the world, the next day you're in the
Yep.
you're in the
One
shit.
hole, you're on top of the world.
Oh,
the
yeah.
next hole, you're look at Bryson DeChambeau.
But you know, and it also helps you deal with your emotions. You know, I've become a lot better in dealing with things because of golf. Because I used to be that guy, Gary. I used to break clubs. Because I'm super competitive. When I picked it up, there's nothing that I get in just to see like what happens, right?
Yeah,
I don't get into things just to see what happens.
Yeah.
I get in to say I want to be good.
yeah.
And so,
Have you tried those simulators?
of course, yeah, killers.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
we had
man.
Ron Kilby
Look,
on our
this is
show.
a ranch hall. There's a fly here, so
Yeah.
this is authentic.
Okay, man. It's okay.
This is an authentic
We
ranch
are
hall.
Get you
outside. We are outside.
But no, yeah, I mean, I would get angry, dude. I'd break clubs and throw clubs.
Yeah, I
and-
saw it.
and
Not you, but I saw good
Yeah,
people
not
do
anymore
that.
though. I mean, even if I have a bad day,
Now, what's a bad day, Bob? I mean,
you know, if I'm not playing good, I think 85 is a bad day.
Oh wow.
that's a good day for me.
So I
Yeah, I was going to say
a good day for
what's 120?
I wish you could have done it at 85 back
a
in
good
the
day for me
day.
is probably around 75, 76.
That's a
if
real
I
good
played
day.
well.
That's a real good.
Average is probably about 80.
So 120 is a waste of money, I think.
Yeah, dude, you're just you're not a
it.
golfer. You're a gardener.
Yeah.
Put your clubs on eBay, man. You're
You're just digging holes.
I played Bear Creek. I played Bear Creek with my brother up in Irving one time. It was awful. It was painfully terrible.
I could still hit the ball if I catch it well, 300 yards.
Nice,
And I'm 51,
nice.
so
Bob, you're 51.
I'm 51 years old.
Damn,
man.
you look good, son.
Thank you,
Nice.
mom. Thank you, mom.
So let's talk about your farewell tour, if we can.
Yes,
I was honored
absolutely,
that you
man.
asked me to MC it. Your father was there. Lot of tears, lots of questions. People like, why? You know,
Yeah.
why are you saying farewell? And like Billy said, you're in a picture of health right now.
Yeah.
The name of the tour is
Por la Puerta Grande.
Por la Puerta Grande.
That saying is from the bullfighters.
Okay.
When they're triumphant,
Okay.
they get carried on people's shoulders
Oh,
through the big door, leaving the bullfight. The bull
There you
ring,
go.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's called that.
so
And-
why the farewell tour?
You know,
And with that, will you still record or
no,
yeah?
I don't believe in doing. If you're gonna focus on something, you got to really give it all your attention.
Yeah.
And I love music, man. I'm not leaving because it's been bad to me. On the contrary, it's been great to me.
Yeah.
but I feel like I didn't finish what I started.
You're gonna pivot to.
Well, when I first went to college, right, I was real studious. I was a nerd, bro. I was pretty smart in school, and I got an academic scholarship to go to St. Mary's University, and I studied political
Can I
science.
get a what? Can I get a what? Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Boy.
So I studied political science, and so that I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to get into politics. I was a Texas Boy Stater. Like, I loved that. And then my dad went and showed me the song.
Explain that, the Texas Boy State.
Texas Boy State
Yeah.
is you go to Austin. In high school, it's really selective, really hard to get in. It's all about government. You get to go to Austin. You stay on Capitol grounds, and you go practice government. It's like a little state. That's why it's called Boy State. So you have little cities that are fictitious that you represent. Of course, I chose to be the district attorney because my uncle, Rene Guerra, was a district attorney.
Yeah.
And longest serving district attorney here in Hidalgo County.
30 plus years, right?
30 years.
30.
That's right. So I chose district attorney.
Yeah.
And so I was, so you go and you act as if you're like district attorney.
Yeah.
And so it's all about politics. That was my passion. That was my love. And then you get voted in by your social studies teachers in high school. So Mito Perez, who went on for the Naval Academy, he was our star quarterback, and myself got voted in to go.
Wow.
So I'd
What
like
an
to think,
honor.
I'd like to think that my social studies teachers probably knew a little bit about, of what the potential that they saw in me in politics and my love
Yeah.
for them.
And they wanted to shape it as well.
Yeah, man. And so I got to go, and that was really cool. And so, I fast forward. Vicente Gonzalez is a good friend of mine. Known him for years, and I went around on his.
How did y'all meet?
I met him through my Uncle Gordo.
Okay.
Ironically.
That's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, my Uncle Gordo knows everybody, man. He's always out there. But I meet Vicente, and then later, we're friends. He tells me, hey, I want you to go with me the day of election and ride around with me.
Yeah.
I'll pay you. I said, you don't got to pay me. I'll go for free.
Vicente or Gordo?
Not Gordo.
Okay.
Vicente, man. Oh, I already had my fair share of Gordo, man. No, so I went along with him and spent the day on election day.
Yeah.
And my whole wanting to be there is because I'm intrigued by politics.
Yeah.
And I love
So am I.
and,
It's a good thing.
and I wanted to see get a peek of what it was like to be in campaign mode and going around. And
Yeah.
I did get that with my Uncle Eloy, but this guy's like a congressman, right?
Yeah.
It's a much
It's a different
bigger
level, yeah.
different level. And so I went with them, and we were there all day.
This past election?
No, time before that.
Oh, okay.
And Lorena, his wife, we spent all day. She said, we were talking politics all day. And with me, dude, like, I'm with a congressman. I'm going to talk politics with him.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about nothing else.
Yeah.
Right? Policy and Lorena, his wife, said, why don't you run? And I'm like, my first answer was, I love my life. And it's true. I love my life. I
Yeah.
said, my life is great. She goes, you would do really well at this. You know a lot. And I'm like, well, I always wanted to do this. And she said, well, you should consider it. That's all she had to say. And so I went back, and it stayed in me. And I talked to my wife, Lorena mentioned this. And she goes, well, that's all you kind of keep up with is politics.
Yeah.
Like, she goes, I haven't seen you write a song in a long time. And that kind of clicked in me, and I went, well, that's true. And so they called me one night. We were in Los Cabos, me and my wife. Me and my wife were in Los Cabos, and I think that we were there, and Vicente was with another congressman, Adriano Espaillat, and they called me, hey, what's up, man? And how's it going? And, hey, man, have you thought anything about that? I'm like, yeah, actually I have, but I haven't made that determination yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, let me think about it. I'm not ready for it. And I'm not ready in the sense that I had
Yeah,
my,
but you'll never be ready, Bob.
no, I had my tour,
Okay.
and I didn't ever want to I don't want to make anything,
Like a rash decision.
like a rash decision.
Yeah. How much does curiosity play in your interest in politics? I mean, because I know you're well versed in it, but you don't come across as a know-it-all. And so I think, are you curious still about certain things?
I don't ever want to be I'm not trying to be the most intelligent person.
Yeah.
I do want to be the most informed.
Yeah, yeah.
And so to me, it's always just a quest for knowledge
yeah,
and just absorbing things and looking at all things from every angle and not from a partisan perspective.
yeah. I think Donald Trump would love to have you in the party. I really do. I think President
Gary will
Trump.
put in a word for you.
I think President Trump would acknowledge and understand and sensationalize just your values, the things that you stand for,
Yeah.
the things that you won't put up with, which is just as much as what you will stand for. Not only that, your appeal to the common man.
Most centrists and most moderates could probably fit in either party.
Okay.
We're not there yet. We're not there right now.
Okay.
It's I could never kiss anybody's ring.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I listen, man. I'm a Catholic. The first commandment
Do you
is
think people
thou
kiss
should
his
not
ring?
have any false idols, and I don't believe in that.
Do you think people kiss his ring?
Oh, absolutely.
Stop.
Oh my God!
Stop.
Listen,
Gary, he's got a point. There are some ring kisses there on
It's the dear leader energy, bro. Oh,
Okay.
he's the best golfer.
That's
he's
a
the best
slippery
everything.
slope, though.
It is, but you know what? I'll frame it to you this way, right? Before he came into the equation, had you ever seen any president of any party ever endorse and say, vote for this person, don't vote for this person? I can't remember that, Gary. If we believe that tribalism is the problem, that's the biggest example of what a tribe is. And when somebody goes, this guy's the chosen one, you screw you. And literally, like Bob Good, does that name ring a bell?
Congressman.
Used to be a congressman, right? He was the president of the leader of the Freedom Caucus, the most conservative group. But because he didn't endorse him,
Yeah. Trump went against him.
he went against him and took him out.
Yeah.
And so you've never seen that. You can't ever tell me of any president that actually put their finger on the scale that much to get somebody to say, if you don't endorse me,
Yeah.
right? And I just don't believe in that.
But I don't think we can blame Trump for thinking about it and doing it.
Yes, you can.
I think Obama had the opportunity. Clinton had the opportunity.
I think Obama had the opportunity and didn't do it, and I think that's why I love him even more, because he could have done it. He was literally the Democrats' guy, right? He was a guy that
So he never endorsed anybody.
Nope, never did. He stayed out of it.
I think
he let democracy take place, and you know what? I respect him. I love him for it, because you know what? He didn't take advantage of it. And listen, I'm not here shitting on Trump, right? It's just not my cup of tea.
And you know what? I respect that dude. I respect it because that's sincere, and you're not shitting on Trump or his supporters, but you are clarifying and delineating a line of the way you think and the way he
Listen,
thinks.
I'm a basketball fan, right? And there's always that debate of, is it LeBron or Jordan?
I'm Jordan.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Jordan. But you know why I'm Jordan? Because he did it with one team.
And he never lost in the finals.
And he stayed in the same team.
Yeah.
Even when they sucked.
Well, even when he went to the
Listen,
Wizards.
Listen, the reason I can't really get behind LeBron is because he kept hopping around.
Yeah.
And in politics, it happens. A lot of people hop around.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, this is the trend, I'm going to go over there.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in that. I respect people that stay where they're at and try to build their own team. And I'm not going to lie. I've always been a lifelong Democrat. It's changed, right? But I don't believe in bailing.
Yeah.
I believe in
So do you think you're like a conservative Democrat?
I'm absolutely a
Okay.
conservative Democrat.
Okay.
I'm absolutely a conservative Democrat. I'm probably if there's a dictionary that says what are you, where's a conservative Democrat, there's a picture of me.
Yeah.
Right? Because I am old school in a lot of ways.
How much influence has Roberto Pulido had on you with respect to politics? I know
Not
as
much.
a parent, he's done really well with you.
My dad's just a Democrat, right? But it would also be the greatest disappointment if I were to not be. I can't lie about that. But nonetheless, I still believe that you should fight for what you believe in and the values that you believe in.
Yeah.
And you know, I think what happened with the Democratic Party is that progressivism came in.
Yeah.
That didn't
Wow.
used to exist.
They hijacked the party.
Well, Biden
did not hijack
Biden
it.
gave his soul to the extreme left.
Yes, it did.
And in those 4 years, look what happened. And people were just fed up.
You know what? When he was running, he'd always been a centrist,
Yeah, yes.
right? And I thought he'd follow the same type of plan. He didn't.
I don't think he had a choice. I think
I
he
think
had
he
lost
could've,
his
man.
mind, and it would his administration. My opinion.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
His administration was run by Barack Obama, Susan Rice, Ron Klain.
I disagree.
It's okay.
I disagree with that.
I-
I don't think they were even in that administration. I think what he did is he surrounded himself with a lot of young progressives
Yeah.
that were ideologically molded in East and West Coast Ivy League schools.
Yeah.
And that type of ideology, like the term Latinx,
Yeah.
right? What, like,
Yeah, where'd that come from?
where that Ivy League schools, right? So there's certain things where they started bringing in stuff that changed, and I think being from South Texas, being from the Valley, I think a lot of people here, we never had a problem with Democrats, right? Because there was never a progressive ideology. And I think the people here don't want you to make your people's lives different. They just want you to make people's lives better.
Better. Yeah.
And don't tell me how to talk. Don't tell me what I got to address on a pronoun or this or that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff that if you're in middle America, we are literally geographically in the middle of the country. South, but
Still in the middle.
we're still in the middle,
Yeah.
right? We're like right in the middle.
But look what happened in Stark County last election.
I think that was an anomaly.
You think so?
Yes, because I met a guy when I did your podcast that you also shot that ran for sheriff as a Republican in Stark County, and he
Yeah.
lost.
Albert Olivares.
And he lost.
Albert lost.
Trump
Yes.
won.
We didn't help him.
Albert. Well. Probably,
We only did our part.
probably
huh?
shagged about
So-
4 votes for him.
Yeah.
So you got to understand, right? People look at Stark County and say it's all red. That's not true. It was a binary choice, like in politics, right? It's Trump or Kamala, and people made the determination
Yeah.
that Trump was the better option. That's it. This is not overthinking stuff, and I think that got clouded with a lot of stuff. Listen,
And there was a lot of Democrats who voted for Trump.
Of
this time,
course.
because
Of course.
What was the better option?
Yeah.
it's a binary choice, and they make that determination. I could not make that determination, right? We always vote for the lesser of two evils at some point, or who's better. You know, I couldn't pull a lever for him because my like litmus test was 40 of his ex-cabinet officials were not endorsing him, and I went, I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
But if his guys that worked with him in that cabinet and they were there all that time working for him,
Yeah.
if they say not him, God, that's a lot of people. It's not 5.
But did you notice though what he did this time around, selecting his cabinet? He got people from outside of the Washington.
And that's
area.
why I'm worried, Billy.
Are you?
I'm
But
absolutely worried.
It's a different
Yeah.
way of looking at things.
Yeah.
You know, outside of the Washington loophole of lobbyists and certain people trying to do this and do that, he went out and got people.
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, though.
True.
Because when it comes down to policy, I'm a big believer in trusting people that actually studied this and know how it works, and it's gotten us. It's going to be feast or famine. There's going to be no middle ground. With the changes that are happening, if they go bad, it's going to be real bad.
So where do you
Now-
stand on this anti-Semitism, anti-Israel? I mean, Trump came in, he immediately started getting hostages freed. Biden was there the whole time since the October 7th massacre from Hamas in Israel. Does literally nothing. I think Anthony Blinken was way over his head as Secretary of State. So, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but I have to give Trump credit for getting that ball rolling and getting people out of there, dead or alive.
Here's a news flash. Not everything Trump does, I disagree with.
It's not a news flash, I know, man.
Well,
You know why?
Listen.
Because we said it a while ago. You're open-minded,
yeah.
you're principled, but you also understand that good is good.
But you can't also tell me that Biden didn't do good things. No, you see?
I can
right,
say
right.
I can say it. I can say it if I believe it. You don't have to agree.
No,
and that's
listen,
okay.
You can't say everything that he did was bad.
I can.
You can, but you'd be wrong.
He surrounded himself with a guy, Alejandro Mayorkas, who opened the floodgates here at the border. We've got millions of people that came in.
Yeah.
We don't know who they were. They didn't vet anyone. They immediately gave them a card, a phone, a plane ride to go see their primos or tios in New York City. And I just think that, that was not a good policy, if we're talking policy and not personality.
I think the policy, the border policy was a failure.
Thank you.
I do, but I don't think it's.
And that's why
I don't think it's like you make it out, and right. There's a lot of rage that goes on and demonizing. You look at an aerial shot with a drone. It's like there's an invasion, right? And so there is hyperbole, in a lot of really like. We live on the border. I talk to people outside that's not from here, from the valley, and they're like, "How is it down there with the?"
Yeah.
Right?
And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, "I don't see them, man." Like,
Yeah.
if you're not on the border, you don't really see them. The people that I do sympathize with is the Border Patrol, that they kind of felt like they didn't really have any support.
Yeah.
And I think that was that was something that, but I still don't agree with the demonizing. Think about this.
Am I demonizing?
Yes.
Am I?
Yes. But
I thought I was just speaking
No,
facts.
Garrett, not
But see,
you.
that's why you have a good chance. If you ever decide to run for
Yeah.
office, I believe that through this podcast and through your history and through your relations with people who are either in the business or not in the business, I think that gives you a good chance of success.
Well,
If you ever
thank
want
you.
to
No.
run for anything.
You know what? I think the most important commodity is honesty.
Yeah.
Calling it like you see it.
Yeah. And it would be
Right?
easy for me to sit here and just, agree with everything Bobby Pulido
No,
says.
no,
but
no.
When
But-
you called us
Yeah.
and invited us on your very first podcast, I called Billy, I called Noe, I said, we're going to be on the podcast. I said, we're first.
The very first.
Yeah, the
And
very first, man.
We wanted to make sure that we came here and didn't waste your time.
No, not at all.
And didn't waste your viewers' time.
Not at all.
And that we were able to have a constructive, respectful, and respectable dialogue about policies. And yes, sometimes policies and personalities get into a gray area
Yeah,
together.
absolutely.
It's only
There is a lot of gray area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a Venn diagram.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I feel that you have to. It's a give and take.
Yes. And having said that, I want to go back a little bit on immigration, right? Because what was Obama's nickname?
Yeah, he was-
Hussein.
No. No. What was Obama's
that was his middle name, I'm
It was
sorry.
the deporter in chief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was known as a deporter in
And
chief.
the droner in chief.
But it was
too.
okay back then.
Okay, but here's my point. Did he demonize anybody? Did you ever hear him talk about any immigrant in a negative way? Never. They just deported people. Deported a lot of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Not enough, but
Okay.
good.
Okay, that's your opinion. I think we need them. But I think we need them legitimately in the right way.
I do too.
Right.
Here,
But-
right,
right.
here, man.
Yeah.
I agree
But
with
why
you.
don't they do it?
Well,
Because they want to run on it. And they want to run on it, and
I
it's a
think if-
campaign issue.
If Biden and Mayorkas had vetted all those people that came in, we know who they were, where they were from, and
They
what
won't let them vet them.
they have to.
No, they don't. They don't allow more people coming in. There's only about 800,000 people allowed to come in. Right now, the birth rate's declining, so we're not producing babies, and we need immigration to make up for that declining population. That's why Social Security is going insolvent, for that very reason, because we're not producing enough kids.
Well, hold on. I'm on Social Security, so
Yeah,
I
so
hope
am I.
you're wrong.
So, hold up,
It is
Sparky.
going insolvent. But you know what? Probably by 2035, I hope you're here. You probably won't have your teeth anymore, but
Hey, but these are real.
but so the thing was, to me, right, is he deported a bunch, and then the guy comes down the elevator and makes immigration the biggest issue. When who was the first guy that actually built walls? Barack Obama. There's one in Hidalgo, huge, big old cement wall, right? But he didn't do it with all the fanfare, and he didn't do it with all the demonization and the ostracizing and things like that I don't think, demagoguing, that we don't need, right? He was just doing his job, and that's okay. And again, politics is, in my opinion, right, words matter.
Yeah.
Words matter in politics, because what happens is, I go to a story. I went on a hunting trip, right, in New Mexico, and the guy tells me, hold this donkey, hold the rope, right, of the donkey, and he says, if the donkey pulls back, do not yank on it, let it go, because he's going to jump back, straight back, and that rope is going to burn your hand, right? Now 5 minutes later,
Yeah.
I'm like that. The pull back, I went like that. I mean, I got like a 2nd-degree burn. I had to go stick my hand in a river, right? And I was miserable the whole time. The moral of the story is, a lot of times when in politics, when you go try to yank something, if you go tell people they're this, they're drugs, they're rapists, they're this, they're criminals, there's going to be half of the population that are going to do the exact opposite that you want, because you weren't able to talk to them.
Yeah. Don't yank.
Don't yank.
Don't yank.
Just go and say, hey, this is what we need to do. We need to work and this and that without all the other stuff. And I think people would have been more open to it.
Yeah.
I just think that that's why words matter. And that's why how you say things matter. It's like if you're dating a girl, you know, you're not just to say, hey, let's go in the back and do the dirty, the dirty business. Well, you got to court them. Like, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, so tell me about your interests or whatever. It's just politics is that.
I didn't vote for Clinton either time, but I'm going to tell you, man, in my book, Bill Clinton will and should go down as one of the best presidents that we had. I didn't vote for him.
Conservative Democrat.
Yeah, I didn't vote for him, but he did us right.
Conservative Democrat. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Would you, if you ever ran for whatever, would you use him as a template, or are you?
He's my favorite president of all time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he did us right.
Listen, he did us right. There's not one president that I agree with everything. He closed the deal on NAFTA that was started by George
H.W.
Bush.
Yeah.
Right? And that, he balanced the budget. He did a lot of great things, but that set off where we started losing manufacturing jobs.
Yeah.
That was kind of the first thing. And I remember I was in high school. I would tell my grandfather, like, I don't agree with that. We're gonna lose a lot of jobs. And we have. Mm-hmm. But it's been a transitional phase now, right? I mean, we talk about, like, we have a deficit with goods, but not services.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking earlier, Noe was talking how this guy's making money doing videos and things like that.
Yeah.
Americans don't want to work in factories. It's just that's
well,
a thing.
and Billy said this on the way over here. Billy said that he was talking to somebody, a younger person, and not, because I picked Billy up to come to the podcast, and he said, I was telling this individual that they have to get on board with learning the whole AI phenomenon and be a part of it and that's where the future is going.
Right. But you see, that's a way for manufacturing.
Yeah.
Because now, because of AI and robotics, the future is you're going to fight all these tariff wars. So eventually, you want to build manufacturing jobs here, you won't find them. Nobody wants to work them.
There'll be plants here, but there'll be robotics, AI technology.
Yeah, but how is that going to help jobs?
And
it's going to be more expensive.
And because of the unions here, how much control they have, like auto workers,
Well, but Texas is a right to work state.
Yeah,
right.
Right. But a lot of
Bill Maher is saying.
You're quoting Bill Maher.
I'm not
now.
a big Bill Maher fan.
All right, Gary.
Well, since he's had dinner with Trump, now
no. Listen, Bill Maher is an example of somebody that's sensible.
Yeah, and he was saying, do we really want manufacturing back? He says
No.
that boat floated away.
It sailed.
Yeah.
It sailed. And that's the problem sometimes with going backwards.
Yeah.
To do something great again, right? That if maybe we're not living in that time. It's a different time. That boat sailed.
Okay, where are you at with coal as an energy source?
There's other options, right? But you got to have everything. You see, the problem with energy is if you say Green New Deal, right, or whatever.
Green New Scam.
I know you call it the Green New Scam. I'm not a proponent of it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to defend it or talk bad about it, but you have to get energy from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's like our water. Right now, you got to work desalination plants. You got to get groundwater. You got to be a collection better. We have a water crisis here in South Texas.
I know.
Right? And so it's not one solution.
Yeah.
It never is. It's everything. Life is not simple when you talk about politicians and what they say. If life was so easy, everybody could be a politician.
Right.
You know, I live
Right?
on Big 5 Road, and there's a grower
Oh,
there.
I always drive by your house.
Big Bear Produce. They said they haven't had water allotment for 2 years, and they've
Yeah.
got like 1,000 acres that they're trying to grow, and it's just they're not
And
getting any
here's
water.
a problem. There's no more water to give.
I know.
Mexico could give us all their water,
Yeah.
and it still wouldn't be the water
Yeah.
that they owe us.
Yeah.
Right? So if you go look at the water treaties that we had, even if you can't squeeze juice out of a rock.
No.
It's a rock.
Yeah.
Right? So we got to look for solutions to see like what in the future as to what do we do with these water crises.
Where do you stand on windmills for power?
I mean, it's a little. Here's a problem with windmills. There's a lot of friends that I have that own ranches.
Yeah.
That they came and said, "Hey, we'll give you so much per windmill," and they went, "Give it to me.
Do it. Yeah.
Give it to me," and they're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
But now when this guy goes, "Hey, we're going to cut them out," well, we had convinced them to do it. Now, it has to blow.
Yeah.
The wind has to go. They're not doing anything. You can't really store it.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of storage facilities.
I see a lot of them parked.
So,
I mean, they're not moving.
But you know what? Now there's more solar. There's wind.
Yeah.
And down the road, I think geothermal is going to be something. There's new technologies coming out.
Yeah.
And they're talking about more nuclear power plants.
Yes, man. Yes.
Because of the all the big manufacturing companies that are coming in to build. Like Gary was talking about, Nevia's building a plant in Arizona. NVIDIA.
Yeah.
And that's going to require,
A lot of power.
A lot of
Yeah,
power.
yeah.
And so they're thinking that nuclear is
And I'm
probably
all
the
for
way
it.
to go with that.
I'm all for that. As long as you don't defund the EPA. See, that's the problem when you deregulate everything.
Yeah.
In this country, right, it's so capitalistic. Everybody's trying to make a buck, dude. Everybody, companies, all this stuff.
Yeah.
When you deregulate it, it's a free-for-all. And we're the targets, everybody, right? And so I'm not for that. I think you got to have enough regulation, especially if you're dealing with nuclear.
Oh yeah.
You can't
Yeah,
be
you
like,
got to go above and
okay,
beyond with regulation.
Yeah, man, because you're not messing with just whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a windmill,
Right.
right? It's something that could potentially be a lot more dangerous. But if you do it the right way, and if you actually don't have a mentality of deregulation, we know what that happens in 2008 where the financial crisis happened.
Yeah.
Subprime mortgages and stuff like that. It was because they deregulated everything. And what happens is corporate America, as it does,
Got greedy.
they
Giving out loans
incentivize
left and right.
That's right, and the people get left holding paying the price.
Yeah.
So there has to be a balance. That's my point.
So what are some local issues that you think your viewer right now would want to know where Bobby stands on?
I think water.
On three.
I think
water for sure.
I think water is a big thing, a big priority.
Is there any are there any solutions on the table that would address this? Because like you just said, Mexico doesn't have the water to give us that they owe us.
No, but we're trying to fight that fight now.
So what's the solution,
Yeah.
Bob?
I think you have to look at. We have not really tapped our aquifer. San Antonio, they have a lot of clean stuff, clean water, right? The Edwards aquifer,
Yeah.
I believe it is,
Yeah.
right? But it's gone down, 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 down. We haven't really hit ours because we've been getting it from the river.
So it's there.
It's there.
Okay, let me ask you.
Yeah.
This is a vicious rumor. I don't know. And,
Vicious rumor. Okay.
Yeah. So
Bring it on.
A vicious rumor that the new Hidalgo County Courthouse was built on the aquifer, and that it's starting to lean. I don't know.
Man, I've heard the same thing, but I don't know for a fact.
Yeah.
I'm always fact based. I don't like.
Yeah. Well, that you have heard it too. Maybe it's a possibility, but
I don't know.
Is that an issue? The whole courthouse thing.
I mean, everything like having to do with that is actually local. That's
Yeah.
That's a county commission.
Hey, you been to
Yeah.
the new courthouse yet?
Huh?
Have you been to the new courthouse yet?
I have not. I heard it's nice.
Yeah.
I heard it's real nice.
Yeah,
but
it is.
that's something I haven't studied enough. And I think jobs, man.
Jobs.
It's important. Jobs are important here.
Yeah.
And
Do you think we'll ever get totally away from agriculture here? I mean, they're
Yes.
building apartment
I do.
complexes like crazy.
I
The
do.
car washes,
Car
and storage
well,
units.
Yeah, but my deal is about
do.
the apartment complexes. When you bring in, you make 1,000 units, and they're going up everywhere.
Yeah.
So you're putting 2 adults in each unit. That's 2,000 people. Both these people each have a car because they have different jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So you're bringing in like 4,000 cars on a finite space of street.
Yes.
And unlike other cities, like
Can I tell you something though?
yeah.
People, this has been studied, right? People moving in subdivisions and stuff still consume less water than it takes to irrigate a farm.
But
Doesn't that sound like per the square area that you actually do? But listen, our farmers are, it's a necessity,
yeah,
right? We need to be able to produce our own food, right? To a certain degree, because you never know, right? COVID, man,
yeah.
when COVID happened, I had some animals over at my brother-in-law's that I invested in, like exotics and stuff. There was a small brief window where you couldn't find any meat. And I was like,
Yeah.
And my first thing was, I'm not like a doomsday prepper, but I'm like, I got meat at the
Dude,
ranch.
you're not gonna believe it. That's why I went and bought 2 cows, a boy and a girl.
And how
Oh,
many
no.
did you have, Gary? at
I'm
one
not
point?
getting red pilled, okay? I'm not getting red pilled. No.
Gary had like 11 cows at
I
one
13
point.
at one
But-
time.
13.
Yeah, but you know, my first 2 I bought because
Yeah.
when COVID happened, I thought, well, it's hard to get food now.
Yeah.
And is this going to be a trend, or is this the beginning of the end? I mean,
We just
in my
didn't know.
mind, we didn't know.
We didn't know.
But
There
I
was
had
a-
I had to consider every contingency.
I was afraid, man. I was scared.
I was
I
too,
didn't
man.
work for a year, but
I was
But
too.
we're here. We're
what
doing good, man.
Look what I got addicted to.
Yeah,
Hand sanitizer.
and you know that didn't even work, man. I'm
Hey.
surprised you didn't come in here with a mask. Well,
But
guys,
it
man,
makes me feel good
man,
and
hey,
comfortable.
I really appreciate you coming. I really do,
And we
man.
thank you
And
for
having this
asking us to come and be on your first
Living
podcast,
Large
Bobby.
Theater podcast. Check it out. It's really cool. They got a lot of interesting stuff, man. Like a lot
We have a
of
lot of
great
fun.
a lot of great people.
We have a lot of fun. We want to be entertaining.
Yeah, and if I could just plug my radio show.
Do it.
Okay, I'm on the app, Live 365. You can go to the Apple Store, Google Play, download it to your phone. Look for the channel Rock and Roll Oldies. Make that your favorite. I'm on the air from 5 a.m. to 11 Central, Monday through Saturday. So appreciate you tuning in.
These guys are local legends that are now doing something else. But man, if you would have lived, and I'm sure a lot of people have, been around and listened to them on B104. You guys were top dog in ratings. And I was.
We had a lot of fun, Bob.
Yeah, man. It was a good.
Can I throw out a shout to Bronson Del Rio and Decibel?
Of course.
Bronson.
I mean,
Thank you, Bronson Del
This,
Rio Decibel.
This set that they have put together here,
Yes.
it amazes me. And I don't know if we spent
Yes.
enough time talking about it, but
Absolutely.
I just want to congratulate you on kicking off this podcast.
Thank you.
It's very well intentioned. It is it gives you the ability to share your thoughts and your perspective with you, the viewer, and because not everybody knows Bobby
And still,
Pulido
if you
like
don't
we
agree
know.
with me, just know that my music is for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what?
Thank you for letting us be first.
Yeah.
And I want to set the stage for your next guest. Come in here, have an open mind, be entertaining, and understand that Bobby Pulido has your interests and our interests at heart, whether he's on stage or in some political arena. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much,
Thank
man.
you, Gary.
I appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it. Really, thank you, brother.
buddy. You bet, man.
Peace out.